Welcome back to The Deep Dive. If you're a runner, this conversation is basically your cheat sheet to the future. We have been just sinking our teeth into this incredible analysis from Sundried. It maps out, a tectonic shift happening in running shoes for late 2025 and early 2026.
It's a huge one.
Yeah. So our mission today is to cut through all the jargon, Light Strike Pro, Infinion, supercritical foam, and give you a shortcut. By the end of this, you will know exactly which shoe dropping next year is the one that's going to help you crush your PBs.
And what's so fascinating here, based on the Sundried piece, is that we're finally seeing a democratization of speed.
Right.
For years, the best tech, all those super foams, was locked away in these fragile, very expensive race day shoes. But now we're really entering this golden era where that elite podium-dominating stuff is trickling down to the shoe you can actually wear 5 times a week. It's about finding that rocket fuel for your feet.
Okay, so let's unpack that shift because it's a big one. For the last few years, the routine was so rigid, right? You had your heavy, kind of dull daily trainer.
Or workhorse, yeah.
Exactly, the workhorse. And then you had your delicate, super expensive carbon-plated racer that you, only brought out for race day.
And you had to do that. The original super shoes, they were fast, but they were also, a bit unstable. And the foams just weren't durable enough for high mileage.
So the industry has caught on that people want that race day feeling every day.
Precisely. They don't want their training miles to feel like a slog anymore. And that leads us straight to this new category that's just exploding. The super trainer.
The super trainer. Let's define that.
Okay, so think of it as the sweet spot. It gets rid of the really aggressive, harsh carbon plate, which is often what batters your calves.
Yeah.
But it keeps the magic. It keeps the lightweight, high-rebound super foams.
So it's daily durability meets race day bounce.
Exactly. And the key thing is leg preservation. The foam does more of the work, so you recover better.
And the source points to 2 massive examples of this dropping late this year. First up, the Adidas Evo SL.
Oh, this was a statement piece.
Right.
Sundried has this pegged as a major disruptor.
A direct rival to the Asics Superblast.
It is. What Adidas has done here is they've taken their premium Light Strike Pro foam, this is the exact stuff from their world record shoes, and put it in a daily training chassis.
But without the stiff carbon rods?
Right. So it's accessible, it's flexible, it's for every day. The specs are interesting, too. It's got a 39mm stack in the heel, which is massive cushioning, but with a 6mm drop.
Which encourages more of a midfoot strike, right? A bit more efficient.
A little bit, yeah. It's a subtle nudge. And, of course, Asics is hitting back hard. The Nova Blast 6, which drops in December.
The trampoline king.
That's the one. It's famous for that fun, bouncy feeling. And this version gets their new FF Blast Max foam. It's even more energetic.
But Sundried also mentioned a new sibling shoe, the Mega Blast. Is this Asics basically saying the super trainer category needs even more cushion?
That's exactly it. The Mega Blast is for the runner who wants maximum protection on those long, grinding training runs, but still wants that high rebound feel. It's a direct response to this demand for leg-saving, high-volume trainers.
This whole shift is only possible because of the material science, though. You can't have a light 40mm stack shoe that bounces without some serious chemistry.
Absolutely. And the perfect case study for this is the New Balance 1080 V15, which is due in January 2026.
So this is a pillar for the brand. What's changing?
It's a complete chemical overhaul. They're finally retiring the old standard EVA foam for this shoe and moving to their new compound, which is called Infinion.
And this brings us to the term everyone needs to know. Supercritical foam.
Yes. If you learn one bit of jargon today, make it this one. Supercritical foam is a total game changer.
So in plain English, what is it?
It's foam that's molded while a gas, usually nitrogen, is injected into it under really high pressure.
And why does that matter for my run?
Well, that process creates these tiny uniform air pockets. And that makes the foam way lighter, much springier, that's the pop you feel, and crucially, more resilient.
So it doesn't pack out and go flat after a few hundred miles.
Exactly. It holds its shape and its energy return for much longer, which for your wallet means your expensive shoe actually lasts longer. And they're pushing the limits. The new 1080 V15 hits a 40mm heel stack.
Which is the legal limit for racing.
Right, so max cushion doesn't mean a heavy brick anymore.
Okay, so let's put together a quick cheat sheet for everyone listening based on the Sundried analysis. First, supercritical foam. That's the new standard.
Yep. Lasts longer, bounces more. You should expect it in any shoe over, say, 120 pounds in 2026.
Next, stack height. We need some context here.
Okay, so 30 millimeters was the old standard. 40 millimeters is the current legal maximum for elite racing, set by World Athletics.
And why is there a limit at all?
It's about, keeping the competition fair and also about safety. The shoes can get really unstable if they get too tall. So anything over that, say 50 millimeters plus, that's what we're now calling the illegal super cushion.
Got it. And finally, drop. The height difference between the heel and the forefoot.
Crucial detail. A high drop, like 8 to 10 millimeters, is good for heel strikers. It's a bit easier on your calves.
But a lot of these new shoes are low drop, right? In the 2 to 6 millimeter range.
They are, and that's great for promoting a midfoot strike. But you have to be careful. It puts a lot more load on your Achilles and calves, so you need to ease into it.
Right. Okay, so with those rules in mind, the 40 millimeter limit, the single plate, let's look at race day. The source makes a great point that, 99% of us aren't going for an Olympic medal.
No, but we still want to be as fast as we can be. And this is why the market is splitting so dramatically.
Two camps emerging.
Exactly. On one side, you have brands perfecting shoes within the legal rules. On the other, you have brands realizing those rules just don't apply to most of their customers.
So in the legal elites camp, for the purists, we've got the icon returning in January 2026, the Nike Alphafly 4.
Yes, the big one. Developed under a code name, Nike Dev 16141. We're expecting a rework air unit and an even lighter build.
And no doubt they'll launch it with a flashy Ekiden colorway for the Japanese relay spin.
Oh, that's a guarantee it'll sell out instantly. And then, going head-to-head is the Adidas Adios Pro 4. It's refining its energy rod system, really focusing on a smoother, more stable ride compared to the Alphafly.
Okay, but then you have the rule breakers, the illegal monsters.
This is where it gets wild. This is the industry basically saying the rule book is for officials, not for you.
And Puma is leading the charge here. The Puma Fast-RB Nitro Elite coming in November. The RB literally stands for rule breaker.
Look at these numbers. A ludicrous 58 millimeter heel stack height.
58? That's almost 2 centimeters over the limit.
It's a gigantic slab of foam. And get this, it has 3 carbon plates.
3? Wait, so for around $350, you're buying a shoe that's banned from competition. What's the point?
The point, according to the source, is the marathon tourist. The amateur who wants every possible advantage in cushioning and propulsion. That 58 millimeter stack just soaks up impact. It's built to save your legs over 26.2 miles, not to win an elite race.
It's a luxury item for amateur PBs.
Exactly.
So beyond these huge headliners, other brands are getting really strategic, which is great news for us runners. Hoka, for instance, they basically invented the maximalist trend.
And they're defending their turf. The Mach 7, coming in December, is their answer to the super trainer category. It's getting taller, nearly 37 millimeters, and crucially, it's getting a supercritical midsole.
So no brand can afford to stick with old foam anymore.
Not in this category. But let's talk about stability shoes. This affects so many people. Historically, if you overpronate, you got a brick.
Heavy, firm, clunky.
Yeah, but the news on the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 25 for November is, it's a major story.
What are they doing?
They are finally putting their nitrogen-infused DNA Loft V3 foam in it.
Wow.
This is huge. It means runners who need that guide rail support system finally get the bouncy, energetic feel that neutral runners have had for years. Stability is no longer a penalty. It's becoming sexy.
That is a genuine leap. Meanwhile, Under Armour is carving out a really specific niche.
A biomechanical niche for sure. While everyone else is building these high-stack shoes, the Velociti Elite 3 in January has a radical 2 millimeter drop.
2 millimeters? Who is that for?
That is for the technician. The highly efficient midfoot or forefoot striker who wants maximum ground feel and minimal interference. It's aggressive, but for that specific runner, it can be perfect.
And we can't forget the winter runners, the ones who don't stop for mud and slush.
Nope. The Salomon Genesis 2 is getting a tough matrix upper for that stuff. And you should really keep an eye on the New Balance Supercomp Trail 2. Even trail shoes are getting carbon plates now. The tech is everywhere.
Okay, that was a torrent of data. Let's synthesize this. Let's create the quick guide for when you're in the running shop next year.
Let's do it. So if your goal is just to run faster, it's a split decision.
Okay.
For race day, it's still the carbon-plated giants like the Alphafly 4. But for your fast training days, it's the super trainers, the Adidas Evo SL or the Hoka Mach 7. High energy, but without the harshness.
What about for max comfort, if you just want clouds on your feet?
It's a toss-up. The New Balance 1080 V15 with that Infinion foam versus the classic, reliable ASICS Nimbus 28.
And for durability, the shoe that will just eat up miles.
Two standouts. The Brooks Adrenaline GTS 25 is built like a tank. But for outsole drip and life, it's hard to beat Puma. The Deviate Nitro 4, their Puma grip rubber, just lasts forever.
Finally, and this is maybe the most important part, foot strike match.
Absolutely crucial. If you're a forefoot or midfoot runner, you want a low drop. The UA Velociti Elite 3 at 2mm is the extreme choice. The Evo SL or Mach 7 at 6mm are great daily options.
And for the heel strikers, which is most of us, statistically.
You need that cushion and a higher drop to help you roll through your stride. So look at the Brooks Adrenaline or even that wild Puma Fast-RB. Both have a drop around 12mm, engineered to absorb that initial impact.
So we've covered super trainers, supercritical foams, the 58mm monsters, but let's end with the ultimate question every runner asks when they see these price tags.
Ah, yes. Does spending more money actually make you faster?
Does it?
The source material answers this perfectly. Yes and no. A 250-pound super shoe will improve your running economy by about 2 to 4%. That is not trivial. That shaves real minutes off a marathon time.
But there's always a but.
There is. It won't save you if you haven't done the training. The analogy is perfect. It's like putting Formula One tires on a family car. The tires definitely help a lot, but the engine is still what matters most.
Your fitness is the engine. The tech is an aid, not a replacement for the work.
Exactly.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over. With these new super trainers offering elite-level foam for your daily run shoes that are durable, protective, and fast, does that hyper-expensive, fragile, legal race day shoe still justify its price tag?
That's a good question.
If the super trainer feels 90% as fast but saves your legs day in and day out, do you really need that last 10%? It's a calculation only your legs and your budget can answer. Keep an eye out for these drops. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.